You're listening to a production of the National Media Archive. To learn more or volunteer, go to nationalmediaarchive.com.
Spending countless hours on trivial tasks keeps progress at bay. Here's the reality check. Time used well determines who stays stuck and who gets ahead. Never mix up constant activity with genuine results. Picture this. Someone drags through the front door every evening, drained to the bone. Long day, always moving, yet what did they truly accomplish? Endless hustle doesn't equal meaningful work. Plenty stay perpetually busy yet go nowhere fast. Look closer. Daily life swarms with minor demands dressed up as priorities. Replying instantly to every message, keeping that desk spotless, hammering out rapid-fire email replies. But do these quick wins actually push bigger goals forward? Take a hard look at the past week. How many hours went to things that truly shifted the needle? Probably less than expected. Here's an example worth keeping in mind. Once there was a man cutting trees. Day 1. 10 trees down, feeling strong. Next day, longer hours, yet only 9 trees fall. Each day, fewer trees despite harder work. Frustration hits. Then comes an old woodcutter with one question. When was the axe last sharpened? The man sees it clearly. All that busy chopping and no time to keep the tool sharp. This is life on autopilot, piling up tasks with no pause to ask, is this even the right work? The truth hits. Real progress demands sharp focus, not just frantic action. So here's the takeaway. Big dreams don't come from cleaning the inbox faster or sorting desk drawers. Major wins come from channeling time into what counts. Hard work matters only when it's aimed right. Being busy is not the goal. Moving forward is. So stop letting tiny tasks hijack the day. Start pushing energy into actions that build something real. Spending all day in small details, that keeps a life stuck in place. Here's what matters. Time is finite, and motion without direction burns it fast. So picture this. Someone comes home bone-tired, sinking into the couch, muttering about another nonstop day. But the burning question, nonstop doing what? Endless motion means nothing if there's no forward stride. This trap catches plenty. The world loves to praise busyness like it's a badge of honor. Always running, always answering, always showing up. But where does it lead? A cluttered calendar doesn't guarantee a fulfilled life. Here's proof. A business owner named Mike was first in the door, last out. Desk stacked, phone ringing nonstop, but profits stayed flat. Like a hamster sprinting inside the wheel, Mike never moved forward until priorities shifted. Building client trust, refining his model, these moves drove real results. Doing more didn't fix things. Doing right did. Then there's Sarah, queen of the packed planner. Parties, meetings, community gigs, everywhere, every time. One late night, exhaustion forced the truth out. Always busy, but nowhere near the life she really wanted. Her flurry of activity? Just noise masking the lack of progress. This cycle traps too many. Days packed with shallow tasks, weeks lost to frantic to-dos. Treasure never found because the digging is scattered, shallow, aimless. Breaking out means asking the tough question. Does this task really push closer to the true goal? If not, it's minor clutter posing as something big. Learn the difference. It changes everything. Focus effort where it moves the needle. True success demands progress, not just motion. Building a meaningful life means choosing what matters most and pouring energy into that. Stop mistaking constant activity for meaningful strides. Fill the days with actions that create a legacy worth claiming. Think of daily life like a crowded marketplace. Tasks everywhere, each one shouting for attention. Some are glittery distractions, some hold real value. Spend time on the right ones, and life grows. Wasted on the flashy noise, and real goals starve. Here's how to tell the difference. Major tasks line up with core goals. They match deepest values, push real progress, lay stepping stones toward big dreams. Minor tasks, they may scream urgent, but they don't shift the journey's direction 1 inch. Imagine being a gardener, a handful of seeds, some weeds, some fruit bearers. Plant weeds, get a garden choked with nothing useful. Plant the right seeds, harvest plenty. Time works the same way. Spend it wisely, harvest achievement. Waste it on weeds, watch goals shrivel. Look at Tom and Jerry, both sold for the same company. Tom spent every day ticking every box. Jerry skipped the small talk and dug deep. Real connections with clients, understanding needs, building trust. Tom stayed busy. Jerry stayed effective. Over time, Jerry's clients stayed loyal. Sales climbed, all because depth beats breadth every time. The trick? It starts with clear goals. Know what matters most. Each day, pick actions that move closer to those milestones. Don't count tasks, weigh their impact. Here's a simple tactic: the power of 3. Each morning, name 3 tasks that will move life forward in a major way. Lock in on those. Let the small noise wait its turn. Complete those 3. The day has real value. Time is life's currency. Spend it on tasks that build a future worth living. Be like a smart investor. Choose ventures that grow, not trinkets that fade. Now, distractions. They creep in like weeds: emails, pings, endless scrolls. Tame them. Cultivate discipline. Guard focus like gold. A garden left wild grows nothing useful. Next, time blocking. Break the day into chunks for key tasks. Build in wiggle room for the unexpected. A plan that bends doesn't break. Flexibility beats chaos. Think about music. The rests between the notes matter as much as the melody. Life works the same way. Breaks sharpen focus. Protect them. People do transform with these habits. Martin, once the king of lateness and backlogged work, turned his life around by sticking to focused blocks, top tasks, and real priorities. Not more hours, smarter hours. If each day ends in exhaustion with little to show, it's time to change course. Trade minor tasks for major wins. Ask one question all day long: is this the best use of time right now? If not, pivot. True progress is direction plus action, not a hamster wheel. Go for meaningful strides, not mindless motion. So sharpen that axe. Cut down the noise. Pick the right seeds. Focus on real goals. And watch life grow into something worth the effort. Here's the thing about focus. It's more than a catchy buzzword. It's the hidden lever that turns effort into results. Without it, energy scatters in every direction, landing nowhere meaningful. With it, the same effort lights a fire that fuels real progress. Think of a magnifying glass under the sun. Raw sunlight alone warms a surface, but focus that light and it burns. Same energy, different outcome. Focus does that for time and goals. So why is it so hard? Because the world runs on distractions. Notifications, urgent but pointless requests, endless scrolling. Every ping chips away at attention until there's nothing left for the work that truly matters. Here's how to flip that script. First, know the big wins. Define them clearly. The goals that matter, the milestones that shift life forward. Without that clarity, focus drifts. Next, build an environment that keeps distractions out. That means more than a clean desk. It's phone notifications silenced, boundaries around work hours, clear signals that deep work is happening, and interruptions can wait. Then comes the practice of deep work, solid blocks of time devoted to high-impact tasks. No multitasking, no half-focus. It's the single-task tunnel that makes real progress possible. Guard it fiercely. Don't forget the paradox. Breaks keep focus sharp. The Pomodoro method is proof. Short bursts of work, short breaks in between. It keeps the mind fresh, stops burnout before it starts. Here's a story worth noting. A writer struggled for years to finish a novel. Too many distractions, too many excuses. Once she blocked time, turned off the noise, and protected that block every day, the novel took shape. What once dragged on for years wrapped up in months. Focus is about staying present. Focus, mindfulness, and simple meditation help train the brain to lock in. It's like mental weightlifting. Small reps add up to powerful concentration. A question works wonders too. Ask throughout the day, is this the best use of time right now? That single line cuts through the clutter, pulling attention back when it drifts. Remember, true progress is less about doing everything and more about doing the right things with undivided effort. A sharp, steady aim beats scattered shots every time. A busy life isn't always a productive life. Constant hustle can hide a lack of purpose, so choose to aim. Pick the major goals, cut the noise, lock in on what counts. The payoff? Work that actually builds something bigger than a long to-do list. In the end, concentration is what turns potential into reality. So sharpen that focus daily. Use it to build, shape, and push life forward on purpose, not just on autopilot. Time poured into shallow tasks guarantees one thing: staying behind. Here's the reality. Real progress demands investing in what truly expands skills, knowledge, and opportunities. The ultimate tool? Personal growth. Growth isn't just stacking up facts or collecting shiny certificates to hang on a wall. It's about gaining real skills that unlock new doors and keep up with a world that never stops moving. Imagine a tree. Strong roots mean bigger branches, more fruit. Same for people. Deeper learning means higher reach, and it's not just about career steps. Growth fuels curiosity, adaptability, and purpose, the keys to staying relevant when everything shifts fast. Look at people who lead in any field: tech founders, surgeons, artists. They don't stand still. They study, tweak, experiment, fail, and come back sharper. Investing in personal growth is the engine that keeps them ahead while others stall. So what does that look like in practice? Start with a clear sense of purpose. What sparks curiosity? What skills make a difference? Once that's clear, seek knowledge that matches. Courses, books, mentorship, hands-on projects. Don't just absorb, apply. Real learning sticks when it's used. Take Anna. Stuck mid-level in her job, she felt her ambition shrinking. She made a decision: 1 hour a day, no excuses, dedicated to new skills. Online classes, reading, connecting with experienced pros. The payoff? A promotion that unlocked bigger challenges and a career that finally matched her drive. Another piece of the puzzle: proactivity. Growth doesn't land in a neat email invite. It's found by seeking, asking, showing up, signing up. Meet new people. Ask better questions. Learn from those ahead on the path. Reflection matters too. Learning without reflection is like pouring water into a bucket with holes. Take time to digest new ideas, test them out, and adjust course. That's how lessons stick and build momentum. One pushback always comes up: no time. Here's the truth: everyone has the same 24 hours. What changes is the choice. If growth is a priority, time gets carved out just like work, family, or sleep. Investing in growth is a long game. The dividends show up in more confidence, sharper skills, and doors that swing open when least expected. Staying busy on tasks that mean nothing guarantees the opposite: a life stuck on repeat. So pour time into what builds you up. Develop new skills. Stay curious. Seek challenges that stretch what's comfortable. Because the sharpest tool you'll ever have isn't the to-do list, it's the mind behind it. Keep the axe sharp. Keep the roots deep. And watch what once looked out of reach get pulled within grasp. Here's another pitfall that trips up even the driven: the illusion of being too busy to focus on the big stuff. This lie keeps people locked in endless loops, trading precious hours for low-impact tasks that never move the real goal an inch closer. Take Laura. She jumped into running her own startup with fire and vision. But day by day, her calendar turned into a swamp. Endless meetings, constant emails, solving every minor hiccup herself. Busy? Absolutely. Productive? Not even close. The breakthrough came when Laura learned the power of no, turning away from tasks that others could handle. She started blocking off time for strategic thinking, long-term planning, and real leadership. Delegation wasn't slacking off. It was scaling her focus. Once she made that shift, the business took off. The comfort zone is another trap. Major goals often live beyond familiar ground. Staying inside that bubble feels safe, but stunts real progress. Growth lives on the edge. Think of Mark, a young musician with talent but no reach. He played the same small local gigs for years, too worried about rejection to chase bigger audiences. One day, the leap happened. Open mic nights turned into bigger shows, then small festivals, then packed venues. Facing the fear paid dividends no comfort zone ever could. Procrastination does its damage too. Not just laziness, it's the lie that there's always more time. But the clock never adds hours, it only runs them out. Emma, an aspiring author, spent years saying, "I'll start next week." Time kept moving. She didn't. Then came a simple shift. Write 1 page a day. Small, steady progress added up. Her first book didn't come from giant bursts of inspiration. It came from daily discipline. Each story reveals the same truth. Real progress means battling barriers. The "I'm too busy" myth. The fear of big leaps. The delay of starting tomorrow instead of today. The way out? Start by treating time like prime real estate. Not every task deserves a spot. Practice saying no to work that doesn't align with major goals. Protect blocks of time for the real priorities. Embrace discomfort. New challenges are stretch zones for skills, mindset, and ambition. If it feels scary, it probably matters. Crush procrastination by breaking big tasks into tiny steps. The first page, the first email, the first pitch. Small actions are momentum builders. Stay stuck in the small stuff and the race stays lost. Shift focus to the major, face down the hurdles, and life starts moving in the direction it's meant to go. The real measure of a fulfilling life isn't a calendar jammed with tasks. It's a clear path lined with actions that build meaning, impact, and a legacy that outlives the busy days. This all comes down to the difference between the major and the minor. Major work lifts life up. It matches personal values. It makes the world better, even if it's just one corner at a time. Minor work eats up hours but leaves no mark. Look at Elizabeth. She spent years grinding in corporate, long hours, big paychecks, constant promotions. On paper, a success story. Inside, empty. One day, she asked the only question that mattered: does this really matter? The answer pushed her to switch paths, ditching the corner office for a classroom. Teaching brought purpose, impact, real legacy. Then there's Carlos, a safe job, steady paycheck, predictable routine, but buried under it all was a dream to build something of his own. Fear kept him frozen until the day he faced it head on. He traded comfort for challenge, turned his vision into a business that not only thrived but changed his community. Major moves, major meaning. Their stories share one truth. Real fulfillment comes when energy flows into what aligns with deeper values. That's the difference between living busy and living on purpose. So how does that translate for anyone wanting the same? Start with ruthless honesty. What matters? What's the thing that makes the work worth it? The grind makes sense. What legacy is worth leaving behind? Once that's clear, say no to the fluff. Every minute spent on the trivial is a minute stolen from what actually matters. Replace tasks that fill the day with tasks that build the life. It's not just about personal gain. Major goals almost always lift others too. A business that serves people well, art that changes minds, work that leaves communities stronger than before. That's the legacy that counts. History's big names? Same story. Innovators, leaders, artists, they didn't chase the endless checklist. They obsessed over what mattered. They poured time into the work that echoed. The world felt it. Everyone has that power in some form. But it doesn't happen by default. It's built, choice by choice, day by day, task by task. So, final takeaway, check the scoreboard daily. Do the actions line up with the dream? If not, cut the noise. Point that time at the major. Carve a story that stands for something. Stop measuring life by how packed the days feel. Measure it by how much of it hits deep, lifts others, and leaves a mark worth remembering.